Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It's a beautiful but very cold day in the far north of Maine, up along the Canadian border in the crown of Maine, and I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are as well. It is now 3 degrees above zero, but with the wind chill, we feel like we're -7. Welcome, winter has arrived. We live where the cold hurts our face. Yes, we do. We met some people this summer that moved into the area, and we were telling them to make sure that they get everything that they need for the winter. Make sure you fill your oil tank. Make sure that you got enough wood if you're using a wood stove. And then they laughed at us because the winter was warm. What are you talking about? They're from away. They moved up here to get away from the city, but they live where there was warmer temperatures. This morning I get a phone call. The pipes froze and the house is cold. Something's wrong. Darling, nothing's wrong. Everything is fine. Nobody can keep their house warm today. It doesn't matter if you're using wood heat, if you have oil heat, if you're on electric, or you're using gas. Everybody's house is cold today because this is Maine on the Canadian border where the cold hurts your face. This is seasonable weather. Unfortunately, the seasonable weather got us without acclimating us to the seasonable weather. Usually what happens is in November, the temperatures take a dive. And progressively, it's a steady, progressive downhill dive that the temperatures take, and they acclimate you to the impending winter to come. Usually at Christmas time, we have a lot of snow. People get snowmobiles, they get snowshoes, and they get skis for Christmas. Well, we didn't have no snow this year. So everybody who got toys this year, they're just getting out to play with their toys now. With the cold, with the snow comes the cold, and it gets progressively colder until we hit school vacation week in February. That week you get -30, -40, -50. Last year, -63 degrees for 4.5 days. Then it starts warming up. Well, our new friends, they thought we were off our rocker. And today, they're getting a taste of the Maine winter. We were 40 degrees last week, so even the locals are having a hard time adjusting. So if you are new to the county, rest assured, even the locals are having a hard time with this kind of weather because it was just so sudden, just like that. In a snap, we are cold. Last night, we got the warnings in on the phone, the weather alert saying that we were going to get down to anywhere between -20 and -25 degree wind chills. We battened down the hatches in the barn and made sure everybody was nice and cozy. I've been out there several times today in the brutal wind. Sun is beautiful. Wind is not. I've just been chipping ice off the water trays, making sure everybody's nice and cozy out there and happy and frolicking in the barn. I ended up leaving the wood cook stove running last night for quite a few hours longer than usual. Usually I turn around about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I shut her off right after dinner. Well, last night I was still putting wood in her at 9 o'clock at night because we knew it was going to get there. You could just feel when the sun went in and the temperature started dropping, you could feel the cold radiate through the double-paned windows that we have. If you are new to the county, Here's a hot tip for you. Go to the Walmarts. I know it's Walmart. Everybody hates Walmart, but just go to Walmart. Get yourself the thermal lined blackout curtains because you're going to need them up here for the rest of the winter. What the thermal lined blackout curtains are going to do for you is it's going to keep the cold on the outside where your glass is. It's going to stay cold, and that's going to be a barrier to keep the cold out, and it's going to keep your heat in on the other side of the curtain so that the house will stay toasty warm and the cold will stay where it belongs, outside. A lot of people don't have good windows up here either, so you might want to look into getting them replaced if you just bought a house that don't have such great windows up here in the county. We have Big Bertha. She runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Best purchase I ever bought. Absolutely. I bought her 10 years ago, and I will never regret that purchase for as long as I live. She is just amazing. We ended up buying Big Bertha from the Woodstock Soapstone Company in New Hampshire. Bought it about 10 years ago, and at the time, she was almost $3,000. We got all the bells and whistles with her. We got top of the line, the top notch, because you don't go around buying wood stoves every other year. It's basically a once-in-a-lifetime purchase, one of them big ticket items. We got the hybrid survival stove, and we got it with the soapstone liner, and we got it with soapstone sides. So it does a radiational heating, which is amazing. And soapstone stays warm for a very, very long time. It does not cool down rapidly. We ended up getting, the motif we got with ours was we got the Tree of Life motif for the sides, and I ended up getting the fern andirons and the fern motif cook plates on the top. I got her in a sexy golden black, so she's all sexied up. Bertha runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week up here in the wintertime. The only time I shut her down is to clean her. We shut her off in the morning. I clean her by the afternoon. I have my beautiful agate wood cook stove going during the shutdown period, and she runs. We turn her on end of September, beginning of October, and we do not shut her down till almost April. So that's what it's like up here. Some days we burn more wood than others, but she's always going, and she keeps us nice and toasty warm. But even she was struggling last night. I put an extra duvet on the bed, and all the cats came in the bed last night. So we had the people, the dogs. The dogs are always in the bed. Another tip for you, another hot tip. If you're living in a rustic county and it's your first winter here, get a cat or a dog. They're like little mini heaters. And then it gets too hot in the bed around 3 o'clock in the morning, so you throw all the covers off, and the animals are not happy about that. But you throw all the covers off and you stay nice and toasty warm throughout the night. Anyways, it's Friday, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world. Friday, it's time to relax. It's time to stop thinking about the things going on in the world. It's time to stop thinking about your burdens and your troubles. It's time to take a couple hours and let's just set those issues aside. People think that here on the homestead, it's 24 hours a day, doom and gloom, Armageddon, build a pantry, survival stuff going on all the time, when it's not. We have a life besides letting you know you should build a pantry and how to survive circumstances in the world. We do have a lot of fun here on the homestead. We live by the motto of do your preps, get your chores done, and then just have a lot of fun. We actually live a very normal life. We have a lot of normal discussions around here. We have a lot of funny discussions around here. It's not always as serious as it comes across on the videos. The videos are just an aspect of trying to help people get through these difficult times. But we're actually pretty funny here on the homestead. And we have a lot of out-of-the-box thinking here on the homestead. I am what some people would consider a conspiracy theorist. I'm one of them nutty conspiracy theorists. People, I love a good conspiracy. I love a good mystery. I love a good thriller. I like the mysteries of history, like where did the city of Atlantis go? I like delving into the Mayan culture and what they were all about. And hey, when it was 2012 with that Mayan calendar, we were all doing crazy kinds of discussions, and it's fun. It's absolutely fun. I got really turned on to the conspiracy theory avenue about 30 years ago. There was a certain guy whose name I can't mention on any of the platforms, but you'll know him. He's the guy that let us know that they're turning the frogs gay. That guy, you got it. He hooked me. He hooked me 30 years ago. And then when things started kind of happening, like he was saying, it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And I was really sucked into the conspiracy threads. It was just, I just find them so fascinating. And what I find most fascinating about conspiracy theories is what other people think. I like to hear the theory, but I like to hear what other people think about the theory. I love freaking people out at parties. I have a friend, and they invite us to all their little functions that they have their normal friends at. The normie people. And I either go to the party and I either come out with survival stuff, just depends on the room, Or I could come out with the conspiracy theory stuff, which a lot of it's now conspiracy fact. And I just like to see people's reaction. I am a steer the part kind of gal. I really am. So today, let's let our hair down. Let's think out of the box. Let's open our minds up to some wild and wacky, imaginative things. Let's talk about the aliens at the Miami Mall. Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, what do you think happened at the Miami Mall? Do you think there were aliens stopped at the mall from a galaxy far, far away to get themselves a person some high heels? Do you think it was a portal opened by some children and a demon stepped out of the portal, an interdimensional demon? Or do you think it was something more serious, more reality-based that caused the stir at the Miami Mall? Let me know in the comments. What do you think? I've been chewing on this since it happened. I'd love for it to be aliens because I think it would just kind of be an exciting, cool, fascinating thing. I am not one of these people who is so full of themselves and so ignorant to think that we are the only life in the solar system. I really hope there is life out there, other life similar to us. I think that would be really, really wild and cool. Maybe they're more advanced than us. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're more intelligent than us. Many things could be more intelligent than the human species. Just look around at what they're pulling and what's going on. Maybe they're not. Do I think it was aliens? I don't know. It's just an entertaining kind of cool thought that it could be. You know, the footage I saw that was taken up, the best footage that I saw, the most clear footage, there was an extra tall thing, human-shaped thing, walking on the sidewalk at the mall, and that video was taken from a high-rise. Now, factor in the fact that I'm not sure what floor it was taken from, but it was really up there in the high-rise, and your video will naturally be distorted by the camera angles. Do I think it was a portal opened up by some children? That's all been all over the TikTok, and it's been all over the YouTube threads, and it's been all over the Reddits that people witnessed a small group of teens. They had a box. The box started glowing, and a thing stepped out from the box. And is that an interdimensional demon that stepped out of the box? They opened a portal. I don't know. Kind of a cool theory. People swear up and down. They saw the bright light. They saw the thing. It was 9 feet tall. I don't know. Maybe the people that saw the thing step out of the box that was 9 feet tall, the demon from a different dimension, maybe they were, smoking a little something. They were toking on something at that mall. Maybe they were tripping. I don't know. Maybe they were doing the thing that people do that then they see the little elves from the different dimensions and the beings from the different dimensions speak to them. Maybe that's what those witnesses saw. I don't know. I don't know who was doing what, where they were doing it, but they say that was being done at the mall. Or do you think it was something a little more serious? I mean, it had to be something more serious than 4 kids with sticks and fireworks to have the entire police force come out to the mall the way that they did. The airspace was also closed for 7 hours. No flights in, no flights out. The only helicopter in the sky belonged to the police department. For 7 hours, they closed down the airspace. What would warrant that? The fun light side of me says aliens. But the more serious, realistic side of me says there was something that happened. They're not disclosing it for maybe some security reasons. We don't actually have a very secure southern border. We don't have a very secure northern border either. They're always getting through up here too. I don't know. There are no 9/11 tapes that came out. 911, there was no tapes that came out. There's been no Freedom of Information Acts filed, and the story came, the story went, it was here, it was over. Nobody paid attention. Was it a distraction? I don't know. It seems to me, in my humble opinion, as a conspiracy theorist, I really do want it to be aliens. But as a rational, reasonable human being, I think it was a threat, a distraction from something else that was going on that nobody wanted broadcast all over the world. And that is my opinion of the situation. What's your opinion? What's your theory? Let's hear it. Drop it in the comments below. What do you think it was? Was it aliens? Was it demons from another dimension? Or was it something a little more serious, a little more to do with our national security? Nobody's going to make fun of you here. We are all family. If you drop your comment with your theory, let me know what you're thinking about. If you have any ideas for Freaky Friday discussions, let me know. Drop it in the comments. And if anybody sasses you in the comment section, I promise you I will delete and ban the sassy people, because we all need to have fun. We all need to be a little more lighthearted. And your opinion is your opinion. We're old school opinion here. Your opinion is neither right nor is it wrong on this channel. It's just your opinion, how you feel and what you think about things. And what you think about is very important to us here on Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. So ladies and gentlemen, beautiful creatures of the world, carpe diem, because no one promised you a tomorrow.